most ancient yet progressive indigenous spiritual tradition. It is an open framework model of civilization that stands for global peace, vegetarianism, non-violence, yoga, worship of nature, temple-based living, manifesting spiritual powers, inherent divinity of every being. Now, the Hindu nations where ecosystems where more and more enlightened beings could be produced so that the enlightened civilization would be kept alive with and its great gifts shared with the world. Now let's take a look at some of the references of the Hindu nation from the Hindu scriptures. The first reference is from Valmiki Ramayana, the Yuddha Kanda, the 128th chapter, verse 99 to 101. It says, at the time of the rule of Bhagavan Rama, there were no widows to lament, nor there was any danger from wild animals, nor any fear born out of diseases. The world was bereft of thieves and robberies. No one felt worthless, nor did old people perform weak ways concerning youngsters. Every creature felt pleased. Every one was intent on their virtue, turning their eye towards Rama alone. The creatures did not kill one another. People survived for thousands of years, with thousands of their progeny, and all free of illnesses and grief. The trees that were bearing flowers and fruits regularly, without any injury and pests and insects. The clouds were raining in time, and the wind was delightful to the touch. Every caste was performing their own duties, satisfied with their own work, and bereft of any greed. People were intent on virtue and lived without telling lies. All the people were endowed with excellent characteristics. All were engaged in virtue. So here is an example of how when the ruler and the people, when they take responsibility for the keeping the tradition alive, when they take the responsibility of Sanatana Hindu Dharma, how the nations existed. Here, one of the best Hindu kingdoms and the best ruler, Bhagavan Rama. And when he was ruling the kingdom, how the people were happy, people were bereft of mental grief, and the trees were, the nature, they lived in such tune with the nature, there were no illnesses, everybody was performing their duties, everybody was living with intent on virtue, they lived without telling lies, and all the creatures were living happily. This is how Hindu nations were and are supposed to be. Not just at the time of Rama, even during the time of Yudhishthira in Mahabharata, it's very beautifully describes Hastinapur kingdom, which was ruled by Yudhishthira. He says, the Devas granted rains to fulfill all wants. The world became free of all disease. There was no hunger or thirst anywhere. There was no mental suffering. Those without livelihood were given livelihood. There was abundance all around. There were no worldly worries left for anyone, and there was no cause to fear either. Happiness on earth was in fact even greater than in the heavens. This is from Srimad Mahabharata, Ashwamedika Parva, the 14th Parva, the 15th chapter. Sage Vaishampayana, the narrator of Mahabharata, speaks to King Janamejaya, the grandson of Pandavas. Now, we saw some of the examples of the Hindu nation. Now we are going to look at what were the contributions the Hindu nations did to the world. The Hindu nations had so much to contribute to the world in every field. Enlightenment, health, medicine, art, science, technology, aviation, dance and music, clothes and jewelry, social, judicial, political, legal systems, anywhere you name it, the Hindu nations had so much to contribute to the world. Now, how were the Hindu nations destroyed? The destruction of the Hindu civilization, the first phase, that of the Islamic invasions. Now, from 800 to 1700 AD, the physical destruction of the Hindu civilization happened. In the direct reference from the story of civilization, our Oriental heritage, the reference from the book by Will Durant, he says, the Mohammedan conquest of India is probably the bloodiest story in history. The Islamic historians and scholars have recorded with great glee and pride the slaughters of Hindus, forced conversions, abduction of Hindu women and children to slave markets, and the destruction of temples carried out by the warriors of Islam during 800 AD to 1700 AD. Millions of Hindus were converted to Islam by sword during this period. Millions were raped and murdered and dismembered. And in the words of Abdul Wasaf from Tajiyat ul Amsar, describing the Islamic law prescribing Hindus as conveyed to Alauddin Khilji by his quasi-legal advisor. Hindus are like mud. If silver is demanded from them, they must with the greatest humility offer gold. If a Mohammedan desires to spit into a Hindu's mouth, Hindu should open it wide for the purpose. God created the Hindus to be slaves for Mohammedans. The Prophet had ordained that if the Hindus do not accept Islam, they should be imprisoned, tortured, and finally put to death and their property confiscated. To keep the Hindus in abasement is especially a religious duty because they are the most inveterate enemies of the Prophet. On the left side, you see a picture of Hindu women who were forced to wear garlands made from the bodies of butchered children. 200 million Hindus slaughtered by the Muslim invaders, 100,000 temples destroyed, and 1 million deities and scriptures destroyed. In the words of Kanha Dade Prabandha, he says, the conquering enemies, armies, burnt villages, devastated the land, plundered people's wealth, took Brahmins and children and the women of all classes captive, flagged with tongues of rawhide, carried by a moving prison with them, and converted the prisoners into weak-wisted Turks. The next phase of the destruction of the Hindu civilization started with the British occupation from 1700 to 1947 AD, which led to the economic and psychological destruction of Hindu civilization. In the words of Will Durant, he says, I have seen great people starving to death before my eyes, and I am convinced that this exhaustion and starvation are due not as a beneficiary claim to overpopulation and superstition, but to the most sordid and criminal exploitation of one nation by another in all of recorded history. The British Empire used all possible means to destroy Hindu civil and cultural institutions in order to delegitimize and demoralize the indigenous people of India so that they become slaves in their own hand. The cunning strategies used by the British were discriminatory laws to instill feelings of racial inferiority, engineered famines to starve natives into submission, annexed Hindu kingdoms to undermine native rule, mistranslated Hindu scriptures to instill anti-Hindu narratives, destroyed indigenous Gurukul education system, destroyed the local industries and forced the importation of British goods, and banned Indians from owning or producing firearms. During the British occupation, $45 trillion were looted from India over 200 years. 45 million Hindus killed due to famines and poverty imposed by British policies and reprisal killings for 1857 mutiny. 680 Hindu nations served by the British Raj. In the words of the member of the Parliament of India, Shashi Tharoor, he says, the British came to one of the richest countries of the world. Over 200 years of exploitation, looting, and destruction reduced it to a poster child of a third world poverty. However, things didn't stop just with the British occupation. Even after the independence of India, Hindus continued to face the destruction of the Hindu civilization. Now, in the words of Jawaharlal Nehru, the first Prime Minister of India, he says, what a disgusting and savage people we are. Politics, progress, socialism, communism, science, what are they before this black religious savagery? In the words of Ambedkar, who was the first Law Minister of India and the principal architect of the Indian Constitution, He says, if Hindu Raj does become a fact, it will no doubt be the greatest calamity for this country. No matter what the Hindus say, the Hinduism is a menace to liberty, equality, and fraternity. It is incompatible with democracy. The Hindu Raj must be prevented at any cost. These are the direct words of the India's first long minister. The modern Indian legal system, academia, and media all systematically undermine, suppress, and delegitimize the Hindu institutions and culture. To give an example, the Indian Constitution established government control of government control and taxation over Hindu temples, schools, etc., while other religions are free from interference. The Article 26 to 30 of the Indian Constitution discriminate against Hindus by giving special rights and benefits to non-Hindus through government benefits, scholarship, etc. Hindu kingdoms and self-governance has been abolished. Anti-superstition laws are passed to criminalize only Hindu practices. Mainstream Indian academics describe Hindus as sexist, racist, backwards, and oppressors. Negative media portrayals of Hindus in Bollywood TV and in television. Now, the media narratives are also used to abuse, demoralize, stereotype Hindus. Now, Bollywood and other mainstream media outlets consistently portray Hindu gods and gurus as cartoonish, dishonest, corrupt, sex fiends in a manner similar to British imperial propaganda. The media narratives are used to shape human consciousness and further political agendas. The racist British colonial stereotypes portraying Hindus as superstitious, backwards, and dishonest and corrupt are perpetuated by their brown British successors in modern India unabated. So here you can see like the pictures of Hindu gods being ridiculed, Hindu gurus being shown as comedians, and all the villains, all the negative characters of the movies will always have Hindu symbols. All the negative characters will have Hindu symbols like Kumkum and Tripundri and Trishul, and all the heroes will be either anti-Hindu or secular. At least the way it is shown on the television. Now, what does that leave with, right? It is extremely important that we revive the Hindu nation so that we can re-establish the cultural, spiritual, political, economic, financial legitimacy of Sanatana Hindu Dharma. So, a vision for a Hindu civilization as revealed by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. Now, during the time of Mahabharata, we had 56 Hindu nations, 200 states, 1,700 provinces, and 1,000 sampradayas. However, in all of the 56, we, the Hindus, are persecuted. Now, we have lost all the 56. The last one to fall was Nepal. I am a collective voice of all persecuted Hindus. I will revive and rebuild a Hindu nation built on Vedagamic principles as a refuge for all practicing and aspiring Hindus, a safe haven for all persecuted Hindus. Now, this revival of Kailasa, the Hindu nation, is for reviving the whole life of enlightened civilization and the greatest things it has to offer to the world, bringing legitimacy to all offerings, Sanatana Hindu Dharma, and its sharing it with the whole world is the purpose of the Hindu nation. Now, the administration of Kailasa. Kailasa is the revival of the cosmic constitution. Kailasa is the model nation of how the enlightened civilization should be living and administered. Politics, judiciary, education, economy, everything will be revived as Paramashiva revealed in the Vedagamic Sanatana Hindu Dharma's scriptures. Being one of the most persecuted civilizations today, Hinduism is on the brink of extinction such that the next generation may know about Hinduism only through Hindu books. What can we do to stand up for this civilization and all that it has to offer to the world? Today, Hinduism is a political orphan. the preservation and the restoration of Hinduism's spiritual and cultural heritage is impossible without national identity. So, what can we do to save Hinduism? It is important that we reclaim our Hindu identity. Now, if you are healthy, wealthy, rich, successful, peaceful, happy, respectable, have a stable family, have a stable mental setup, understand Hinduism is responsible. Your Hindu identity is responsible. The Hindu scriptures are responsible for your successful life. It is the Hindu scriptures which give us the best mental setup, the powerful cognitions to lead our life. All the best things we have, the Hindus have. The Hindu scriptures are possible. Hindus are the richest and the most successful ethnic community in the world. The Hindu scriptures, Hindu lifestyle, our enlightened masters are responsible for this. The Hindu thought currents are responsible for our successes. And it is not just anti-Hindu elements being active, it is Hindus, we being inactive, is responsible for the whole destruction of Sanatana Hindu Dharma. Let us now take responsibility for Hinduism and let all Hindus all over the world, let us reclaim our Hindu identity. So it is the responsibility of us Hindus to revive the enlightened civilization again and again and again and give all the gifts of enlightened civilization to humanity. The revival of the enlightened civilization, Kailasa, the Hindu nation, is and has become a dire need for humanity. So it is an invitation to all the Hindus, all living, born Hindus, practicing Hindus, those who are sympathetic towards Hinduism, those who are curious towards Hinduism, wanting to explore and enjoy Hinduism. We invite each and every one of you to be a part of this great revival of Kailasa. So why we need Kailasa, the only Hindu nation? What is the need of the Hindu nation and how it is needed for humanity? Let's listen to the Supreme Pontiff's reading.
Contribution. Hinduism, Veda Agamas have great things to contribute to the world. Like the great power manifestation science, the ancient culture and arts, the ancient lifestyle truths, the ancient medical practices and medicinal knowledge, the ancient indigenous cultural heritage and jewelry, perfume, dance, music, in every level, Hinduism has so much to contribute. Veda Agamic traditions have so much to contribute. To share all this with the world, to contribute to the world. Hindus need to tell the world what they are contributing in every level. The brand of Hinduism itself is enriching and empowering and enlightening. Hinduism is all about enlightening the world. Empowering, enlightening, enriching the world. Contributing. That is our spiritual life. That is our spiritual strength. That is our spiritual core principle. O humanity, I request you with folded hands some one corner of the world. If you just give me few hundred acres, I will keep this whole science alive. Leave it for the whole humanity freely. Fortunately, Paramashiva has given me the power to decode all this Hindu medicinal system, Hindu judiciary system, Hindu social law and order system, Hindu power manifestation system, Hindu mental sciences system, Hindu yogic sciences, the sciences of Hindu biology, Hindu physics, Hindu psychology, Hindu physiology, Hindu chemistry, all this Paramashiva has given me the power to decode. Whatever the remaining scriptures are available with the humanity, Paramashiva has blessed me, and I have collected. Not only I have collected and organized, I can decode. This whole science can be kept alive in any one corner of the world. Just few hundred acres are given for me to live peacefully and exist peacefully. I can store this whole thing alive and contribute it to humanity. Humanity can become better and better and better. I can make the planet Earth so much better place to live. I am here to contribute, and I will continue to contribute. As long as I am allowed to live, I will contribute. I have collected all the remaining available scriptures, maybe 2 crore books. 2 crore means 20 million, I think, books on Hindu physics, Hindu chemistry, Hindu biology, Hindu physiology, Hindu psychology, Hindu law and order, Hindu social system, the power manifestation sciences of Hinduism, yogic sciences of Hinduism. I have collected, and Paramashiva has given me the blessings and power to decode. I have decoded and continuing to decode them. If the humanity, somebody is kind enough to give me few hundred acres in one corner of the world and let me live peacefully, I can keep all these scriptures there and go on sharing with the world, revealing and go on contributing. I don't need anything other than one cup of curd rice every day. That's all. Over. The world. Thousands of medicines are described detail in ancient Siddha and Ayurvedic scriptures. Paramashiva has given me the power to decode them, read them, and properly translate and map them to the modern day human language. And I am ready to work 20 hours a day. I just need few hundred acres where I can sit peacefully and keep this library, run a Gurukul where thousands of people can learn this and share it with the world. Understand? Interested in contributing.
Listen intensely. Life, consciousness in you does not end while your body drops dead. It moves from different universes, vertical time zones, lives in different time zones as per its free will, knowledge, desire. But ultimately, to get enlightened, complete liberation, Paramashiva Padam, your soul has to come back to this karma bhumi, the Bhumandala. This Bhumandala and the Jati ecosystems, the caste ecosystems, Hindu, Jnana, Sannyasa, Yoga, Grihastha, multiple spiritual ecosystems are created for the souls to come back and rebirth and grow more and more towards enlightenment easily, quickly, in accelerated speed and space. Understand the secret of Sayujya Mukti. Your Kundalini Shakti experiences the bondage inside your body due to compulsive sexual appetite. All the male bodies building intense yogic body through yoga and pranayama, building the mind of Tyaga centric, will heal your compulsive sexual appetite and make you reach Sayujya. All female bodies, love-centered care, serving every being, will liberate you from the compulsive sexual appetite and make your Kundalini reach Sahasrara, which is Kailasa, Paramashivopada Sayujya.
Welcome back, dear viewers. Apologizing for the technical glitch. Just wanted to share that it is only through the revival of the Hindu nation Kailasa that we Hindus can take responsibility for the revival of Hinduism, for reviving all the things that Sanatana Hindu Dharma has to bring to the world, whether it is revival of the Hindu medicinal system, the Hindu educational system, the Hindu legal system, the Hindu economic, the Hindu economy, the Hindu food, or the Hindu way of lifestyle, everything. The knowledge of enlightenment, the science of enlightenment, the Hindu libraries, the Hindu scriptures, everything can be revived only if we are able to revive Kailasa, the only Hindu nation. So let's all join hands, and Devi Parashakti herself has revealed that if Hindus, we do not take responsibility to protect Sanatana Hindu Dharma, then it is the biggest miss. It is our responsibility and the duty of every Hindu born to Hindu parents. It is our duty, and we have committed to protect Sanatana Hindu Dharma. And now we are in the age of the avatar. So it is our responsibility, every Hindu's responsibility, every Hindu who is born to Hindu parents, who is born to Hindu parents, it is our responsibility to revive Sanatana Hindu Dharma. Come and join Kailasa. We invite every one of you who are watching us to come and join and offer your time, talent, and treasure. Be an e-Kailashian and become a part of this great grand revival. And that is the easiest way for us to express and to show the responsibility of protecting Sanatana Hindu Dharma is to be a part of Kailasa, the greatest and the only Hindu civilization nation. So with that, it's time for us to move on. And if you have any questions, and if you would like to share anything about Kailasa, you can go ahead and put it in the comments on YouTube. And we will be now moving on to the next part of this program, where we are going to share with you about how do we connect with Devi Parashakti. What are the different ways that we can connect with Devi Parashakti? Through the different offerings that we have, we'll be sharing that with you now.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
What are the various offerings that we have for Devi Parashakti? How can we connect with her as she lands to manifest through the Nijavatara of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism?
Contribution. Hinduism, Veda Agamas have
So what are the different ways? The first offering that we have is the e-hundi offering. Now, The e-hundi offering is a way that we connect with Devi Parashakti and offer our gratitude for Devi Parashakti manifesting in our life. Bhakti Priya, Bhakti Gamya, Bhakti Ushya, Vayapaha, Shambhavi, Sharada, Radhya, Sharmani, Sharmadayini. So, Devi Parashakti is fond of true devotion and is realized through true devotion. She can be won over through true devotion. She removes all the fears. Whatever fear that we may have, the fear, anxiety, whatever we may have, Devi Parashakti is sure to remove that fear. And it is stated that Devi can be worshipped, especially at this time when we are going through so much of fear and anxiety due to the pandemic and job loss and so many things that are happening. Just connect to Devi Parashakti every day. Literally, Devi Parashakti lands to bless us all, to shower us with the boons, to protect us from whatever the deadly pandemic. She says, none of my devotees, just hold on to my faith. None of my devotees will be affected with corona. So just pray to Devi Parashakti, connect with her, and offer your gratitude in the form of e-hundi offering. You can offer any amount in the e-hundi. It is like we go to a temple and we put some money in the temple hundi. So here we are doing it online. So you can offer your gratitude to Devi Parashakti by visiting tiny.cc/Devi-offerings. I request the MTV operator to please project the link for the offerings. The next offering that we have is that of the Sankalpa, where you pray to Devi Parashakti to receive our blessings and grace in our life. Taitan mokhyate vishwam shaiva vishwam prasuyate chaya chitta cha vijanam tushta arogyam prayachati. The goddess enchants the universe, and she has prayed without interest in anything, gives that knowledge that leads to salvation and gives wealth in the materialistic sense. So the 12th chapter, the 34th verse of Devi Mahatmya says, offering the sankalpa, the conscious resolution to Devi Parashakti. Blesses the person offering with all the fruition of the desires and wishes that he is earning for. So pray to Devi Parashakti, offer the conscious resolution to Devi Parashakti to receive her blessings and grace. The next offering that we have is that of the Sahasra Nama Swarna Kasu, where you offer a gold coin to Devi Parashakti and you manifest the various dimensions of Devi Parashakti. So the Sahasranama Swarna Kasu is like offering of a gold coin to Devi Parashakti and to manifest her Ananta Kalyana Gunas, her imperishable qualities of Devi Parashakti, you manifest that in your life. The next offering is that of the Mukta Anguti, the finger ring with a pearl. It comes in 3 sizes, small, medium, and large, $251, $501, and $750. So the Mukta Anguti, the reference from the Meenakshi Pancharatnam, Muktahara Lasat Kirita Ruchiram Purnendu Bhakta Prabham Sinchannu Purakinkini Manidaram Padma Prabhavasuram Sarvabhishta Palapradam Girisudam Vani Rama Sevitam Meenakshim Pranadosmi Santatamaham Karunyavaram Nidhim. I bow to the goddess Meenakshi, whose crown has a garland of pearls and the face shining like a full moon, who wears anklets that are studded with gemstones and has small bells, who is shining like the splendor of lotus, who grants all the wishes, the daughter of the mountain, who is worshipped by goddesses Vadi and Rama. I remain bowing to goddess Meenakshi, the ocean of compassion. So offer the Mukta Anguti, the finger ring with a pearl, to Devi Parashakti. So offering of a Mukta Anguti and receive the blessings to be showered by her compassion and pure love in all your business endeavors. So the offering of the Mukta Anguti is $251. The next offering that we have is that of the Swarna Padma Pushpam, the golden lotus. Now, in the Kamika Agama verse, it says, Ashta Vidhesha Rupeta Kumbhavarna Samyutam Sarve Shashrutra Vastadya Hema Pankaja Bhushitaha Sapi Dana Chachu Saku Chascha Pakilva Parapradaha Snapana Dhyaya Samsiddha Pramanena Samanvitaha. So, all the kalashas should be adorned with a suitable thread covered with a new cloth. They should be adorned with a lotus flower made out of gold. So, the offering of the Swarna Padma Pushpa to Devi Parashakti is only $600. Lotus is used in so many places in the Vedic tradition. Lotus is a divine flower. So, offering of the golden lotus to Devi Parashakti and be blessed to have the state, space, powers, and the very being of Paramashiva in our inner space amidst any and every adverse situations in life. The next offering that we have is that of the Swarna Mitti, the golden touring. Nakadititi Samchanna Namachana Tamoguna Patmatya Praja Prabhajala Parakruta Saroruha. You whose brightness from the toenails destroy the darkness of ignorance from the minds of your devotees who prostrate at your feet. You whose brightness from your 2 feet overpowers that of the lotus flower. So offer the Swarna Mitti to Devi Parashakti and to be in constant gratitude for receiving her blessings in even the most difficult aspects of your life. Offering of the Swarna Mitti is $750. The next offering is that of the Swarna Mangtika, the golden hairline jewelry. The Swarna Mangtika represents the nectar flowing from the Sahasrara Chakra, which is fully opened, and offer the Swarna Mangtika to receive the overflowing gratitude, to express and to receive blessings of achieving the blissful state, overflowing gratitude and the space of complete completion. So it's only $750, and you'll be able to offer this jewelry to Devi Parashakti. The next offering that we have is that of the Pratyaksha Pada Puja, which is an offering of gratitude, immense gratitude to Devi Parashakti, and the offering of the Vastra Seva, which is the offering of a cloth. You want to offer a sari to Devi Parashakti, you can offer the Vastra Seva, and offering of the Vastra Seva and Pratyaksha Pada Puja, both of them are $1,008, and you manifest all the auspiciousness and the blessings of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Gurukha Sanidanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. So here are the various offerings that you can offer to Devi Parashakti. The E-Kundi offering, which can be any amount. And then you have the Sankalpa chanting, which is $1 per person. So you can offer any amount. And you can offer it for multiple people in your life also. Then the gold coin comes in 3 sizes, small, medium, and large. $75, $151, and $251. Mukta Anguti, the pearl finger ring, also comes in 3 sizes. Swarna Padma Pushpa comes in 3 sizes. Swarna Mitti, the golden touring, and the Swarna Mangtika, the golden hairline jewelry, both of them are $750. And Pratyaksha Pada Puja and Vastra Seva are $1,008. So how do we go ahead and register? The link is being projected on the screen. So you go ahead for the online payment. If you already have and you are able to go ahead and make the payment today, you can. If you need help in manifesting, you want to offer but you do not have the resources to offer it, then you can fill the first form, tiny.cc/Bhavasamadhi, and we will connect with you and help you manifest. If you already are ready for the payment, directly you can go for the second link, tiny.cc/Devi-offerings, and after the payment, you will submit the details for the puja, for the names of your family members to be included in the puja. So I'll now take you through a walkthrough of how we can go ahead and make the payment. In the meanwhile, we'll give you a few minutes for you to go ahead and visit the site tiny.cc/Devi-offerings. Let's take a moment and visit tiny.cc/Devi-offerings. And when you go and visit that link, it will open up this page which shows the Parashakti Bhava Samadhi Darshan donations. And here you can choose what is the offering that you would like to do. So this page, I request every operator to project the link on the screen, tiny.cc/Devi-offerings. And you can choose any of the options or the offerings that we have. Let us say I want to offer the Pratyaksha Pada Puja. So I click on that and I say add to cart. When you add to cart, and then you can always come back and add anything else. Let's say you want to do a Pratyaksha Pada Puja and you want to offer a golden lotus. You want to do both. So go to add to cart and then you come back. Right click and say back. Go to the previous page again, and then you can choose any other offering that you would like to add into the offer. So you can just make like a one-time payment for all instead of doing single payment for each. So we come back, and here you say I want to offer like Sankalpa chanting, and you want to do it for 5 of your family members. Increase the quantity of the offering to 5, and then add to cart. Now, when you come to the card, it will say, okay, now $1,008 for Pada Puja and $5 for the Sankalpa chanting. It will show both. Verify the total amount and then proceed, go down and proceed to checkout. So here it says $1,008 and $5. And here if I want, I want for 6 people in my family, not 5. So you just put here number 6 and then say update to cart. It will now show $6. And then in the bottom, it will show the total amount. 1,008 plus $6 is $1,014. Okay, great. Click on proceed to checkout. Now, when you click on proceed to checkout, you will be directed to a page where you can enter your billing details, credit card details, all the payment related things. If you can enter that, and then go to the bottom of the page and click on purchase or place order. So here we have the billing details, then orders, credit card details, and then click on I have read through the terms and conditions, and on the right side you will say place order. Now once you are able to successfully go through the payment and finish the payment, the next step that you will do is you will come to tiny.cc/Sankalpa 2021. Now if you go to this form, it will show you all the details of the person who is making the offering. And then the payment or date and the order number and the like a screenshot of the payment, etc. to be uploaded. So here is the Sankalpa 2021 form. You fill all the disclaimers, payment amount, date, Bhava Samadhi Darshan. And then click on next. In the next page, you will enter the exact offering that you're doing, the names of the family members you want chanted during this offering. The next option that we have is that of while you are watching us live on YouTube, you can go ahead and make show your support and make a contribution to Kailasa. So just click on. I will now project the YouTube live chat and share with you how just while you're watching the YouTube, you can go ahead and
Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Now we'll be projecting to the YouTube live stream page. Right next to the live stream, you see a dollar symbol. So when you click on that dollar symbol, you have three options. One, to join the channel. Two, super chat. And three, super sticker. So only the members of the channel will be able to post the questions live during Devi Parashakti Akashic reading. So we invite you to become a member of the channel if you are not already. And you can choose the different membership options: bronze, silver, gold, premium, and platinum. And each of them will have their own privileges and access to exclusive content or being invited to special classes, etc. So you can check it out online and then click on join. When you click on join, you will see a payment portal that opens up, and you can go ahead and enter your credit card or debit card details and their PayPal details, etc. Next, we have the super chat. The super chat is a very, very, very simple way for you to contribute and show your support to Kailasa. So you can enter as minimum as just $1, or you can enter $11, or you can enter $111. How much ever you want to offer, you can go ahead and enter and then click on buy and send. Now, when you click on buy and send, it again opens a payment portal where you can enter your card details and go ahead and make the payment, or you can pay via PayPal as well, depending on the country of residence. You may have PayPal as an option or not. Then the last is the super sticker, where you want to make a contribution, you want to offer your support to Kailasa, but through the super sticker, where you want to also send an animated sticker and you want to send it in the chat. So that's the super sticker option. You can choose any amount. There are different stickers available for different amounts. You can choose a specific sticker and give that offering. So with that, we come to the conclusion of this segment. And now we will be moving on to the next segment, where we are going to share with you about how the Supreme Corner of Hinduism has opened his doors and reaching out to Indians in India so that they can protect their lives in multi-layer quarantine facility being provided absolutely free of cost at the Adi Kailasha Sarvanyapita. So let's now move on to the next segment, and I'll be inviting the administrators of Adi Kailasha Sarvanyapita in Bangalore to come forward and share how the campus is being prepared for to provide multi-layer quarantine services.
I welcome you all with my love and respect. Let you all open all your three eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Nithyananda. The next segment is about Kailasa's multi-layered quarantine opportunity for India during the ongoing pandemic of COVID-19. Joining with me is Ma Ajlananda Swami, who is also one of the administrators of Adi Kailasa.
Nithyananda.
Now, before we enter into the segment, let us quickly go through the revelations of Devi Parashakti to the world, what she has revealed to the world on 12th of May, about a month ago. She revealed that India is the biggest spiritual land where enlightened beings happen again and again, flower as the enlightened beings, and benefit the entire world. We cannot afford to lose the only Bharadam. We cannot lose the enlightenment womb. In order to save the cosmos from cosmic deluge, I built a ship called the Adi Kailasa. In order to protect the humanity from the cosmic deluge, I gathered together all the spiritual energy of the cosmos and built the ship called Adi Kailasa. Due to the cunning strategy of the treacherous people and the ruling of the enemies, the captain of the ship itself had to leave the ship. Here, it is referring to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Swadan. To protect India from the great destruction, I, Parashakti, made this huge ship. Even if the captain is not there, ship is there. Now, what we saw was the revelations from Adi Parashakti, where she has beautifully revealed to the world how one can protect themselves from the ongoing pandemic. It is because of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's effort, Swamiji's effort to build this AK ship as a cosmic protection for the entire humanity. And Devi Parashakti also revealed that even if the captain of the ship had to leave the ship, it is because of the assassination attempts and the persecution by the anti-Hindu elements. The captain of the ship had to leave the ship. And now today, let us see the contributions of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. What are the contributions? What are the unique contributions that Swamiji offered to the whole of the humanity? And why is that the anti-Hindu elements attacked him and persecuted him for more than a decade? What are those contributions that affected them? So let us go to that segment. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Swamiji had conducted number of meditation classes in local schools, especially by the international agencies called Kailasa's White Om and the Sovereign Order of Kailasa. In 2004 itself, the secondary school students were blessed to learn the truths of life and learning, and they were underwent powerful meditation under the direct guidance of Swamiji in Karnataka. In 2006, Swamiji conducted several meditation events in different schools. So what you're seeing today is now in the slide is a picture from Trichy in Tamil Nadu, where Swamiji is conducting these meditation events for the school students. And what you're seeing here is the engineering college students in 2008 in Karnataka. In 2006, the first confluence for world peace to honor the memory of those who lost their lives and of those who risked their lives to save others during the terrorist attack at the World Trade Center on September 11, 2001. In 2009, Swamiji conducted Peace March to unite. Swamiji initiated this whole event by different heads in South India. And here you can see peace walk by the peacekeepers of the Sovereign Order of Kailasa, walking several miles in South India to promote peace and unity amongst different religions. And here you can see, even with a fractured hand, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Swamiji, engaged in selfless work day and night. He inspired the peacekeepers of the Sovereign Order of Kailasa to engage in such selfless service, leading the nation of Kailasa by example. In 2011, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism had a multiple compound fracture with the bone protruding out of the skin. Despite that, in 2013, 2 steel implants that were fastened in 2011 were removed as the bones had healed completely. This picture is after the surgery. Despite that, you can see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is day and night selflessly working, selflessly serving people with the same blissful smile as we would see him in any satsang. And you can see how the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism inspired and guided the entire Sovereign Order of Kailasa to involve themselves, to engage themselves in all the humanitarian efforts. Here, what you see is a monk of the Sovereign Order of Kailasa donating blood. In 2009, the representatives of Kailasa's Red Om handing over their collected donation for the Karnataka, the Chief Minister's Relief Fund. In 2008, a spiritual conference and meditation program led by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism organized by thousands of citizens of Kailasa and all the practicing Hindus in Tamil Nadu. Here, it's a beautiful message from the former President of India, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, where he says that he is happy to note the 5th anniversary of the Nithyananda Dhyanapitham of Swamiji and for creating a peaceful environment in the society by making the citizens spiritually aware is an important societal mission, which he understands is being performed by Swamiji's mission in 33 countries across the world. And he further says that he's also happy to know that the part of this anniversary celebrations, Jnanadhan, Aushadadhan, Dhyan Dhan and Anadan programs are launched. The former President of India, late APJ Abdul Kalam, also shared that Swamiji, it is such a beautiful joy to experience your blissful smile. When we were children, we lived blissfully, smiled a lot, and we were really happy and fulfilled. But as we grow, we lose your smile. Yet, when I see you carry and radiate such a divine bliss. Yes, and you can see the same bliss Swamiji carried throughout his entire public life. Whether he was worshipped, praised by millions of his devotees or persecuted by the anti-Hindu elements, in all moments, he was only carrying that blissful smile. This is in 2007, the Californian Legislature Assembly recognized the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism as the enlightened master, modern mystic, and greatest saint of modern India, who has taught the science of attaining endless happiness. In 2007, the Senate of the state of California, recognizing the Swamiji for his spirit, dedication, and efforts to raise the awareness of the Vedic tradition and to usher positively on global peace and universal brotherhood. In 2009, Californian Legislature Assembly recognized the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism of his leadership and outstanding commitment to communities around the world, service and selfless devotion to students of International Vedic Hindu University. In 2009, you can see the keys to the city, Artesia, was awarded to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. In 2009, He was recognized by the Honorable Jim Carigianis, who's a member of parliament, for his contributions as a global peace ambassador. In 2009, the Oklahoma City has acknowledged the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism for his unselfish service to the people of Oklahoma City while serving for their spiritual well-being. In 2016, the postage stamp on the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was released by the Indian Postal Department on the occasion of Kumbh Mela. In 2015, the Senate of the State of California has recognized and congratulated His Divine Holiness for highlighting and educating the community on Kumbh Mela. And in 2015, the Nithyananda Hindu University was authorized by the Akhila Bharatiya Akhada Parishad as the only organization that can conduct this festival outside India. In 2017, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was awarded the Guinness World Records for the largest rope yoga class. And in the same year, in 2017, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was awarded for Guinness World Record for the largest pole yoga, the Shivastamba Yoga class. And in the same year, one more Guinness record on the largest human Om symbol was performed by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and the Nithyananda University at Bangalore. In 2017, it is declared as the Paramahamsa Nithyananda Day by the city of Montclair in recognition of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's contribution to the superconscious evolution of humanity. In 2012, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was named amongst the world's 100 most spiritually influential personalities by a renowned esoteric magazine, which is Body, Mind and Spirit. In 2018, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was conferred with the honorary doctorate in humanities by the Commonwealth University. In 2018, the United Nations Global Development Organization respectfully presented to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism for the superconscious evolution of the humanity. In 2019, the Azteca University in Mexico had recognized the tremendous scientific contribution made by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism in the field of superconsciousness and has awarded him an honorary doctorate in the sciences for this. So before we go to the next segment, if you are feeling you need to be protected with this ongoing pandemic, and if you want to feel secured, Swamiji has opened the de facto embassies, the spiritual de facto embassies in India, for you to enjoy the free food, accommodation, stay, internet services, and spiritually evolve yourself during this ongoing pandemic. So you have this opportunity, and if you're interested, you can join, register yourself in kailasa.org/Kailasa Care, KAILASA.org/KAILASACARE. So while you're getting registered, let's have a short break and we'll be right back.
Listen intensely. Life, consciousness in you does not end while your body drops dead. It moves from different universes. Vertical time zones. Lives in different time zones as per its free will, knowledge, desire, but ultimately to get enlightened, complete liberation, Paramashivoham, your soul has to come back to this karma bhumi, the Bhumandala.
Nithyanandam, and welcome back. We just saw a very, very brief glimpse, probably not even the tip of the iceberg, of the contributions of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism over the last over 2 decades, more than 25 years. Contribution in various fields ranging from humanitarian services, religious services, social services, spiritual services, reaching out to one and all, being by being, not just leaving it at the numbers, but actually contributing to every life directly. One could see in those pictures how the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, right from taking every meditation class himself, giving the spiritual counseling himself, giving healing himself, this is how he built the whole Kailasa, brick by brick, literally. The whole aim of Kailasa, as we all know, is to revive that enlightened civilization, the Hindu civilization, Sanatana Hindu Dharma, in all its dimensions and glory. Needless to say, that singular aim and the one-pointed vision of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and the very evident meteoric rise, if one could see the photographs with the dates, we saw how right from the time when the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was taking classes for engineering colleges for students to just in a couple of years, he's already on a worldwide tour addressing the people around the globe. And as we saw in the certificates of recognition, practically across the world, he got recognized by all kinds of institutions as well as the governments, cities inviting him with open arms, literally giving the keys to their cities so that he could come and enrich the citizens of that city. Accolades just showering on him. Across the world, everybody recognizing the direct contribution of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism to bringing about peace and harmony in the world and contributing to every individual's expansion, growth, and thereby resulting in a beautiful, blissful community, society, city, state, and a nation. Now that is exactly what irked the anti-Hindu terrorist militants who did not and have never wanted Sanatana Hindu Dharma to come to be alive, because it is directly against their vested interests of holding people under their power, be it physically through enslavement or psychologically through mental slavery, ideological slavery. So that started a massive persecution on the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. What exactly happened? How it was done? What multi-layer conspiracy was made against the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism? We'll just see in a few minutes. As we saw, for his immense contributions towards eradicating poverty, illiteracy, hunger through free food, gender-based violence, as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has recognized not only the known 3 genders, but also given with proof what the ancient native tribes have realized in many places 11 genders that exist, gender apathy, all these. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's revival of the authentic scriptures-based Hinduism irked the vested interests of the atheistic terrorist militant elements on the one hand and the neo-Hindutva terrorists and other anti-Hindu forces on the other. They joined together, colluded, even though their ideologies, so-called ideologies, were just poles apart, ganging up together to execute a massive persecution, ethnocide, genocide on the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and his followers and Kailasa at large in a massive way from 2nd March 2010. And this continued unabated for the next whole decade and comprised of over 70 assassination attempts just on the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, not including the assassination attempts made on his followers. Over 250 sexual assaults on the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and his followers, the community, the Adi Shaivite minority community, monks and disciples. Lawfare of not less than 120 false cases over just a decade. Massive hate propaganda in electronic media of over 14,000 hours and print media of over 25,000 articles in 5 years. Destruction of heritage properties worth over 27 million US dollars and the continuing ethnocide and genocide of over 80 million Hindus worldwide since the last 7 centuries. Yes, you heard it right, 80 million. If one was shocked and pained